If you're running a marathon this weekend, stop. I'm not good at hooks, but I know y'all have a short attention span, and I didn't have much time to get your attention. Now, I was supposed to, actually, hold on, let me get my mic. It's dark. It's an emergency. I've been supposed to put this video out, and I didn't. And now, y'all marathon is coming up in a few days. Okay, people, if you are wearing the bandit top, I don't know the exact name, but basically the shirt that I wore for the marathon that has the zip right here, put a piece of medical grade tape behind the zipper. I have 2 scars on my chest from that top. One was from my practice run, and the second one was from the race. I did not put Vaseline or Body Glide in that spot when I did my practice run, so I thought when I got scarred from doing it on my practice run that if I put Vaseline there, I would be okay. That was not the case, people. And let me tell you why it wasn't the case. Because sweat just made the Body Glide, I guess, come off. Also, if you did not have the zipper top, and even if you do have the zipper top, put Vaseline everywhere. Lift up that top, not in public, before you leave your room. Lift up that top and slather yourself in Vaseline. I don't feel like Body Glide was gonna do the trick for the top. You can do both. I think I actually did do both. I did Body Glide and I thought about it and I was like, you might need a little extra reinforcement. So everywhere that top would rub, because I saw people were getting chafed exactly in the spots where they put their gels in the back of their shirt. Slather your body wherever it has potential to chafe in Vaseline. I did not have a single issue other than the zipper because of how overzealous I was with that Vaseline. So please save yourself. Some people said they put Body Glide and it's still chafed. Listen, I don't know, but all I'm telling you is put the Body Glide and the Vaseline combination everywhere. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot this. I'm so annoyed that I didn't know this earlier. Put Vaseline all over your toes, in between your toes, underneath, put all over your entire foot. It sounds disgusting, but I promise you, as a person who used to get blisters, I did not get a single blister. And I ran a race a week after the marathon and it was raining, my feet were wet. A normal situation like that, I would have blistered, but I did the Vaseline. I put Vaseline all over my feet, all around my feet, in between my toes, everywhere, and did not get a single blister. I could rank this list by most important. Vaseline in between toes, all over feet would be number 1. As gross and weird as it sounds. Yes. Kind of too late for this one. I was supposed to make this video a long time ago, but practice your nutrition on the road. Practice your nutrition on the road. If your stomach isn't taking well to gels on your practice run, this one is too late. This is for somebody who has a marathon in 7 weeks. Not now, but practice that nutrition, because that was one of my biggest mistakes. I practiced my nutrition in the comfort of my own home, and then when it came time for the race day, it didn't go too good. If you're a believer, pray. I had so many people praying for me. I was crying in the bathroom line at my charity tent because I didn't think I was gonna be able to start the race because my knee hurt. Granted, I took an Advil that probably hadn't kicked in yet. And my mom also brought to my attention, oh my goodness, I gotta get from behind this bus. My mom brought to my attention that it was cold. So I needed to calm down because I was panicking. And she was like, don't forget that it's cold. And right now that your joints or whatever the case may be might be like at its worst point. When you warm up, it might get better. And that was absolutely true. But still, like, I didn't have any nerves regarding the race. I only had nerves that I was not going to be able to begin the race. But when it came, from the time I landed, I never had a moment where I was like, oh my God, like jitters. I was just like, you did what you did. You trained the way you could train. And what are you going to do now? Like, stressing about it and worrying about it is not going to do anything. So I was pretty chill. But yes, I feel like praying and all of that helped me get into that mindset. And I literally, for the first like 10K, was like, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you. I was just so grateful that I didn't feel any pain in my knee, in my hip. But anyways, yes, prayer doesn't always have to be requesting something. It could be gratefulness. And that was a good time to just be grateful. I was super grateful that I even got to Chicago, that I made it through the training. It was just pray, people. Include God in this. Hotel choice. This is going to have to be a separate video. My hotel offered a lot of amenities for the runners. There were Normatec boots for before and after the race. They also, if you wanted like a smaller like kit that had like smaller, I don't know what these things are called, but so smaller compression items, tools, you could call the front desk and request it, and they'll drop it off in your room, and you could do it in the comfort of your own home, in the comfort of your own room. So that was a good one. They offered free metal engraving the next day. They had a pasta dinner at the restaurant the night before or 2 nights before, or both, honestly. And there was like breakfast, protein, fruit, Gatorade, all of that offered in like a little marathon station that they had for the whole weekend. So that was really cool. And it was the West End, Michigan Avenue. Pretty far from the convention and a little far from the start line, but I feel like the amenities were worth it. The only thing I didn't like was the beds. I don't know if I was tripping. I don't know. Because I wasn't sore. I didn't do a shakeout run or anything. I just felt like the beds were not that comfortable. But yes, hotel choice is important. Look up the amenities that they offer runners. Some hotels were nice, but they didn't do anything for runners. And I just feel like that's important to me. Carb loading. My physical therapist told me something that really helped, because if he didn't, I would have done this incorrectly. But he said, whatever you eat on the day before the race is barely going to make it into your glycogen stores. So storage, whatever. It's not going to do much for you on Sunday. So he told me to start carb loading on Thursday. He told me Thursday and Friday, carb load, and then Saturday, just eat as I normally would. To me, I feel like that was like some pretty solid advice. I mean, a lot of people know this, but I'm just saying for people like me who didn't, I thought I was supposed to carb load like a day or two before. He also told me that I wasn't taking enough liquid IV in. I was more so like a 1 liquid IV and a 40-ounce Stanley type of girl. And he was like, you need to take 2 liquid IVs a day. So I bumped that up. Like the week before the race, I was taking more liquid IVs, drinking as much as I can before the race. And that was one of the first races where I did not feel dehydrated. And it got pretty hot in the middle of that race, and I didn't feel the effects of the heat. I am a salty sweater. So yes, you saw salt in my hair, salt everywhere, but I didn't feel dehydrated. And I was also taking salt tabs, so I know that helped, but I did not. I feel like those carb loading and hydrating 2 to 3 days before the race, and hydrating the day before the race, obviously, proved to be very beneficial. And I felt the change and the difference in my body to where I would never race again. I know people are like, you don't have to carb load for a 5K. I probably wouldn't carb load for a 5K, but the way I think about nutrition and prepping for race day has changed because of the way I felt at the start line. So yes, don't wait until the day before to just have a humongous pasta dinner. Carb load starting 2 to 3 days prior to the race. What else do we got? Okay, post-race massage. I got a massage at 5 p.m. the same day of the race. 10 out of 10 recommend. I'm sorry. Whoa. And I really wish, I have to go back in the files and see what my massage therapist's name was, but amazing. She was the perfect person. Perfect pressure. We went to the Now Massage. I have to ask my husband for the address, but if you can set that up early enough, where it's not booked out, because I don't know if everybody else has the same idea, that was pretty awesome. One thing I do regret while I'm on the topic is not walking around after the race. I mean, I did have to walk 2 to 3 miles after the race, but I mean, I shouldn't have, it sounds dumb to say because you just did a marathon, but I should have just made sure I was active that same day. And I missed the massage chairs because I went to get a massage, so I didn't get to do the Normatec until Monday. I wish I would have prioritized doing the Normatec on Sunday after the race and then getting a massage, but there were a lot of logistics and things we didn't know regarding getting back home, which ended up taking a little longer than anticipated. The importance of strength training. Some of this advice are for people who have marathons way down the line, but I neglected strength training my last month of marathon training. I couldn't fit it all in my schedule, and I deeply regret that. You need to, strength training and mobility work. If I could do my list again, number 1, Vaseline on toes, number 2, strength training. Do not neglect your strength training, people. Like, that is like number 1 injury prevention. Strong glutes, mobile hips, mobile ankles, mobile shins. I don't know if mobile is a word, but bulletproof shins. All of that, all of it. Hamstrings, calves, strength train. And you know what? A lot of people don't know the correlation. Upper body too. You use your abs to run. Do not neglect strength training. Like, I cannot, if I could scream, like, from the mountaintops to everybody who's training for endurance or a marathon or any long distance, it would be to strength train and make sure you stay consistent with it. And coupled with that is making sure that you're replenishing your body. You're depleting. You're doing a lot of depleting. You're training for a marathon and you're strength training. You need to refuel that body. I ate like a football player this entire time. I couldn't look at my stomach. I couldn't worry about my weight. All I cared about was replenishing. Okay, so we can't diet right now. You want is pick your poison. You're training for this race. Now is not the time to diet. Linebacker, that's how you need to eat. And protein, the Rally app. Oh my goodness, one small disclaimer. I know I mentioned earlier that I took Advil before the race. Do not do that. Not recommended, not safe. I was very desperate, extremely nervous about that knee, and it was hurting me so bad that I honestly didn't think that I was going to start the race, and I went around like a little crazy person asking strangers if they had Advil or painkillers, just whatever. And somebody did, and they gave them to me. And I met up with a run coach afterward, and he was like, never do that. It's something about your kidneys and overworking. It's very dangerous. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Do not do that. Even in my desperation, I shouldn't have done it. And I honestly think it contributed to my stomach issues. There were a plethora of things that could have contributed to my stomach issues, and I will never know. But eliminating the things that you know for a fact will mess with your stomach, smart. But yes, I just had to throw that out there. The Rally app. Download the Rally app. Some people said that theirs did not work. Mine worked. I don't know what if it was user error, but that thing, I was crying on the race. I'm about to cry now. I was crying during the race. I was laughing during the race. I was touched by people's messages. That was the best thing. And I already told y'all before, I'm the person that likes something to look forward to. And I knew that every mile I was gonna get to hear a special message, and I didn't know who was on what mile. And that thing, I'm kind of mourning the fact that I don't get to have a first marathon again, because I feel like it won't be as special. But you can change. I guess for my second marathon, I would have my kids or something, just something. You can switch it up. But the first one was very special, and 10 out of 10 recommend. It worked perfectly for me. Download that app, and you have your family and friends leave messages for you. Unhinged messages. I got all types of messages, and it really got me through. That brings me to the things that you bring with you. I had a battery pack, never had to use it. I'm not gonna lie, I literally had to get my new phone prior to the marathon, because I knew that if I went to that marathon with the phone that I had prior to this, it wouldn't have survived. The battery was horrible, but I bought a battery pack just in case. I'd never had to use it. Part of that is because the crowds in Chicago are so electric that I didn't even turn on music until maybe mile 10. My headphones, I had Shots Open Pro Run 2s, never died. Watch, Garmin, never died. 970, and phone, never died. None of these things came close to dying. Just throwing that out there. If you're in the market for new tools or new things to use, I'm giving you the items that I used, and none of these things died. It also helped making sure they were charged, but just throwing that out there, people. I packed sunglasses, and walking around Chicago the day before, I didn't get the vibe that I was going to need those glasses. I needed those glasses. When that sun came out, I felt like I was in Georgia. So my advice would be pack, wear them on your head or wherever the heck you can wear them, and decide later. I know it might be a little annoying, but sometimes running with glasses makes me feel a little discombobulated. It's kind of like driving with sunglasses on, but yes, bring your sunglasses and decide later. Pack your race kit in your carry-on. You never know. You just never know. If your luggage gets lost or something happens or something's delayed, every single thing you need for race day, if it's liquids and it's under 3 ounces, needs to be in your carry-on. I think this is common sense, but I don't know. You never know. Some people might not have thought of that. Your shoes, your race outfit, all of that, socks, Vaseline. You can buy Vaseline. You can buy Vaseline in Chicago. It's not that serious. Another thing I regret is not going to Goodwill before going to Chicago. I had to go search for a throwaway gear and probably spent a little bit more money, $10 more than I anticipated. But when you think about it, I thought about it when I was in the store, like, girl, this is a donation. Don't look at it as like, why am I spending this much on something I'm going to throw on the floor in 5 minutes? But it was longer than 5 minutes, by the way. But when I thought about it, I was like, no need to be cheap. This is going to shelter, or the people will be collecting the clothing and donating it. So it's not that serious. But still, it would have helped to do that before, so I didn't walk around Chicago unnecessarily looking for something when I could have done that at home and packed it. I saw people with robes. It ended up not being as cold, honestly, but still, don't forget your throwaway gear. Again, separate video needs to be made for this, but something I did not do towards the end, I fell off of a training plan, and I didn't do speed work, intervals, hill sprints. I didn't do any of that, and I strongly regret it. If I could make a list of top 3 regrets, that would be number 1. I did not diversify my training, and I did not do a lot of important stuff. I only did track workouts at the beginning, like first half of my training, and then towards the end I fell off and just was like, I'm just gonna run. And long runs. We all know that's how Miss Knee got her little injury. So just doing my long runs, time on feet. Jesus. 1, 2, 3, Vaseline. What did I say was number 2? Dang. Something was number 2, but number 3, time on feet. So important, people. Like, my goodness. Time on feet. I will not explain any further. Something else you might not think of. Bring good walking shoes, like orthopedic shoes. If you're going to walk around Chicago, do not walk around Chicago in Sambas the day before the race. Bring orthopedic, thick sole walking shoes. Also, do not recommend walking around Chicago the day before the race. 10,000 steps plus is crazy. You can be a tourist another time. Stay off of your feet unnecessarily, please. Go to that expo, go home. If you want to do exploring after, limp around after the race and do it then. Make sure your room has a toaster and a kettle, and. Mine did not have that. I needed a bagel. Thank God. I didn't know what to expect. First time doing this, first time running with Charity. Thank goodness Charity had bagels and breakfast and all that good stuff, but I would have liked to have my morning oatmeal, that I normally have. The breakfast that I always have. I didn't get to have that because I didn't have those items. Recovery shoes. I brought Yeezy slides. There are actual brands that make recovery shoes. You can bring Crocs, whatever. You don't want to walk around in your race shoes after that race, after you've been in them for however long. Bring it, put it in your check bag, and move on with your, and you will thank yourself. Ventura card. You can get a Ventura card in Chicago online. I got one because it's a keepsake. I'll put up a picture here when I edit this, but it's a special Chicago Marathon Ventura card. So I ordered it ahead of time, loaded it ahead of time, and I put like $25 on it, and it got me to and from several places. We didn't always pick the the MTA, CTA? Yeah, my bad. We didn't always pick the train when that mode of transportation, just for convenience sometimes, but it lasted. I'm pretty sure I still have money left on it. I got a three-day pass, I believe, and then added money to it. So yes, that was something that I would recommend if you're a keepsake person like me. They have a special card that you can order online. They will mail it to your house. You have to do this in advance. And yes, get the Venture card. Add your name to your shirt. Add your name to your shirt. Add your name to your shirt. There are companies who do it. You can either iron on your name, or you can add a strip above your bib. Some people did it on their bib. Add your name to your shirt. I will give a disclaimer that some people said it overstimulated them hearing their names scream that much. Didn't bother me. This is a girl who was lonely her entire marathon training block. It didn't bother me. I was happy. And my friends also struggled to find me. My friends and my husband also struggled to find me during that race. So having people scream my name was like the boost I needed in a lot of different spots. But if you get overstimulated easily, do not add your name to your shirt, because strangers will be calling your name and screaming. Ticket for the East Side viewing area in Grant Park, which offers exclusive access to see runners cross the finish line. If you have family coming in town who are spectating this race, I didn't know about this. It was probably in a packet somewhere that I didn't read, but if I could do it again, I would recommend my family get those tickets so they can see cross the finish line. That's all. I'm pretty sure there's more. I'll go into depth about my personal experience at another time. And in that will be, the things I did right, things I did wrong, lessons learned, what I'll be taking into the next journey. But yes, people, I had to hurry up. I was just driving. I have a closing, and I'm driving to my closing. Pitch black outside. I said, oh, shoot. I looked at my account. I'm like, I have to get this. I have to give the advice. I have to tell people, if you take nothing else from this video, Vaseline on toes. Nothing else, Vaseline on toes. I'm sorry. But yes, have a good day, guys. All my New York people, I don't know why I'm getting emotional. I'm just so happy for y'all. I just know what it feels like to work on something for so long, and it finally is the weekend, and there's so many activations, so much excitement in the city, so many things to do. You meet so many amazing, cool people. I met Coach Bennett twice. He hugged me at like mile 25 or 25. I don't remember exactly where he was planted, but that was amazing. Like, so many people. And I'm excited for you guys. I'm praying for you guys. I wish you all the most fun race, injury-free race, problem-free race that you could ever have. And I hope you have the time of your life and you meet your goals. And you know what? I don't care about your goals. I hope you get to the start line and I hope you get to the finish line. And that's all that matters. And good luck. Have a great race. And I'll see y'all later. I can't wait to watch all the videos and boo-hoo, crying my eyes out. But yes, see y'all later, guys. Hope this was helpful.